Assalamualaikum and good day. Today we will learn about the chapter 6 for the information system. For chapter 6, we will learn about telecommunications and also networks. So what is the learning outcome of this chapter? So at the end of this chapter, you should be able to explain the definition and types of computer networks, describe the component of a network, discuss the internet and its applications, explain about intranet and also extranet and describe their application, and the last one is describe cloud technology application. If you run this figure show us about the reasons business use a network. Okay, so how this computer network will give benefit to the business. Okay, so here from this picture we can see a clear picture to explain the reason why business use a network. Okay, so here from this facilitate communication. So this first is for facilitate the communication. Okay, so this is will allow the communication through platforms such as email and then the online meeting, video conferencing, blog and online social networks. Okay, and then also we can with this computer network also we can easy to share the hardware. Okay, by adding peripherals such as a printer or file server. Okay, so that is we can share by all computer within the network for like printing job or maybe just storing a data. And next we can also share about the software. Okay, we can share the software by purchasing or maybe renting a network license, so that sharing is possible with multiple users concurrently rather than purchasing software for each computer. Okay, and then next we can share also the data and information. Okay, using two methods. Data and information sharing is possible through the peer-to-peer method for a small group of users. But however, for the larger sharing purposes, a centralized database is required. Okay, so then all computer on the network will have access to the data. Okay, and then the last one is we can do the transfer funds. Okay, so this is the biggest contribution of computer networking to the business world. Yeah, so with this computer network, we can easy to transfer the fund. Yeah, using the electronic fund transfer. Okay, because previously we just do the traditional method for transferring funds. Okay, so this that maybe tedious or also the time consuming. Yeah, the time consuming. So with this electronic fund transfer, it allows user connected to the network to transfer fund from one account to another, like the online banking, okay, and then also maybe credit or debit card payment. Okay, so how do we measure the quality of a network? So this is the factors that we can consider to measure the quality of network. First is availability. So this availability is measured by percentage of available hardware or surfaces of the network over total operation time. Okay. Next is scalability. The scalability is measured by the ability of the network to support increase in hardware, software, or system to meet the company's demand in the future. Okay, and the last factors is interoperability. So this interoperability is measured by its capability to share network resources on various platforms.
There are many types of computer network that exist today. These computer networks are usually identified by their size and purpose. In this figure, we can see the type of computer network based on size. Okay, so the first one is one. Okay, here one is wide area network. So this is network covers a large geographical area such as a country or the entire world. Okay, so this is about, the size is about 100 kilometer and also 1000 kilometer. Okay, so this one actually contain multiple smaller network like MAN and also LAN. Okay, so what is MAN? So MAN here meaning is a metropolitan area network. So this is larger than LAN. Okay, so it will connect LANs across an entire city, campus or region. Okay, so depending on the configuration, a MAN can cover up to tens of miles. Okay, so this is for MAN. And then next is LAN. So for this LAN is local area network. So this is a network that connects computer and device in a limited geographical area. So this is consists of a computer network in a single office building. Usually in our campus or in office, okay, we use this LAN. So this is about 10 meter, 100 kilometer, and also 1 kilometer. So this LAN can be used for room building and also in campus. Okay, and the last one is personal area network or PAN. So for the PAN here, this is a connection of computers that organize around an individual person within a single building. Okay, so this is for around person only. So this is four types of network computer based on size. Network architecture refers to how hardware, software, connectivity, communication protocols, and modes of transmission combine to form a network. Okay, so this is important to understand the network architecture because it plays an important role in connectivity. Okay, so actually there are two categories of a network architecture. First one is a peer-to-peer and the second one is client or server network. So peer-to-peer is a simple and straightforward network connection, while client or server network, it connects for the many computers.
As you can see in this figure, this is a type of network topologies. So what is a network topology? So this is a network type in which each computer and network device is connected to a single cable. So there are several types of this network topology. So first one is star network. Second one is bus network, and also there are ring network, and then also there are tree network, mesh network, and hybrid network. Okay, so for the star network here, star network is a type of topology which requires all computers to be connected to a single hub through cable. Okay, so this is star one. So it will uh, require all computer to connected to a single hub only. Okay, here through cable. And the second one is bus network. For this bus network is a network with exactly two endpoint. Okay, here two endpoint connecting computers to the network directly without a hub. Okay, so this network topology allows any numbers of computers and peripherals such as printers to be connected to the network. Okay, there are only have two, and this is for the bus have a two endpoint. Okay, and the third one is ring network. We can see here. This ring network is a network that connects computer in the form of a ring. Okay, so however, a number of repeater are used with a large number of nodes or computer involved. Okay, so this is the differences between the star, bus, and ring network. Okay, so next we learn about telecommunications. Computer and telecommunication is create value as one team. So, okay, so for telecommunication is electronic transmission of information over long distances and is virtually inseparable from computers. Okay, so a telecommunication network is an arrangement of computing and telecommunication resources for communication between distant locations. Okay, so here we can see a figure about the public switch telephone network. So here we can see that a device that benefit from the worldwide telephone system, which is the public switch telephone network or PSTN. So here PSTN is the word collection of interconnected voice-oriented public telephone network. Okay, so if you can see in your home that have a fixed telephone, you can see there is a gray cable that connect your home telephone or computer for internet connection. Okay, so this is a PSTN cable that made of chopper wires to carry voice signals provided by the telecommunication service provider or telco. So here this figure illustrates how this PSTN works. Okay, PSTN is support both analog and digital calls for both mobiles as well as fixed line telephone. In the process of data transmission, there are actually two signals that will be involved. So the first one is analog signal and the second one is digital signal. So analog signal, this is have wave like patterns due to the natural shape of electricity used to transmit it. Okay. So for this analog signal, it has a wave like this one. This is the pattern of the analog signal. Okay, and PSTN usually carries analog signal format. Okay, so for PSTN. And the second one is digital signal. So usually computer and networking device have been built to process digital data that provided the signal and produce and receive in digital format.
Okay, so this digital signal hold the value of 0 and 1, where 1 here is represent on, and 0 here is represent as off. So as there are two signals involved in transmitting data, so there is a need for a device to convert the signal from analog to digital and vice versa. So so this device that called modem. Yeah? So modem is device to convert the signal from analog to the digital or vice versa. So usually modem is a common converter that used in telecommunication. When we talk about telecommunication, so we have to know about bandwidth. Yeah? So what is bandwidth? Bandwidth is the amount of data that can travel over a communication channel. Okay, so this the channel can either be wired or wireless. Okay, but for each channel is different from the other in terms of bandwidth. Okay, so the bandwidth involves transmission speed or capacity of the transmission media. And there are two types of bandwidth. First is narrowband and second one is broadband. So narrowband is a channel wherein the bandwidth of the data does not exceed the channel coherence bandwidth. Okay. This is also described as communication channel that carries voice information in a narrow band of frequency. Meanwhile, for broadband, broadband is a channel that offers high capacity transmission technique via wide range of frequency. So this enables larger numbers of data to be communicated simultaneously.
There are four components involved in a network to enable a connection to happen. So there are transmission media, telecommunication processes, terminals, and also the network software. So a transmission media enables a connection to be established between communication device. So once communication device established, so the connection, a network is created. Actually, there are two categories of transmission media, namely wired or wireless. Okay, and second one is telecommunication processor. For telecommunication processor is a device that support the sending and receiving of data between terminals and computers. So and then terminals. Terminals is another important component of telecommunication. Okay, so this terminal use in assisting communication include personal computer, network computer, or any other information appliance. Okay, so next is network software. So this network software actually is the foundation for any network, as it helps administrator to execute, manage, and monitor the network. So this is a network operating system. And last one is network protocol. So a network protocols define the rules. So network protocol is the rules and convenient for network device to communicate and coordinate activities. For the network component, there are only four, which is the transmission media, telecommunication process, and terminal and network software. And then we have the network protocol. So the network protocol is the rules, not the component, but this is the rules that for network device to communicate and coordinate the activities. Here we can see a figure of example of the wired transmission media. Okay, so the wired transmission media is a form of physical media that use wires or cables. Okay, wire or cable. So at the center of the cable, is a conductor that usually a chopper line covered with PVC for protection. So actually for wired transmission media here there are three types as we can see here. So first one is twisted pair cables. So these twisted pair cables are made up of chopper wires twisted together and enclosed in PVC for protection. So this cable commonly used as telephone lines, and for setting up computer network. Okay, and second one is coaxial cable. So for this coaxial cable, this is contain an inner chopper coil with a protective plastic layer that is enclosed in a foil seal and braided chopper seal, which is then cased in a PVC jacket. So this is used commonly for television. So this one is for telephone or computer network. For coaxial cable, usually for television. And like this one. And last one is optical fiber optic cable. So for this fiber optic cables are made up of bundle glass thread or plastic fibers that are capable of transmitting data modulated onto light waves. Like this one, optical fiber transmit light. So this cable have much greater bandwidth than cable made up of copper or metal. Okay. So this is the type of the wired transmission media. So next is this is example of wireless transmission media. So wireless media is a type of unguided media that transmit data using electromagnetic waves or electrical signals. So this wireless transmission media don't require physical links between computing devices. So this approach is used when installing cables or when wired transmission is not possible and is impractical or inconvenient. Okay, so there are several options for wireless media available today, but among the options are infrared, radio, Bluetooth, microwave, and also satellite. Okay, so this is example of satellite satellite transmission. So the satellite communicates through signal that is received from an earthbound microwave station, and it will retransmit the signal to another microwave which is a distance away. Okay, so using satellite assist in achieving better line of sight for transmitting data in microwaves. However, they don't entirely solve the curvature issue. Okay, so hence at minimum 3 satellites need to be utilized for transmission to occur. So satellites are also incapable of overcoming poor microwave transmission due to interference caused by bad weather And one simple example we can relate to interferences caused by bad weather is experiencing poor satellite TV service during a heavy downpour. So this is about the satellite transmission. Okay, so now here is a telecommunication processor. So telecommunication processor is a device that support the sending and receiving of data between terminals and computer. So this is, we can see a modem that can convert digital signal to analog signal and vice versa. So the modem has been a star telecommunication processor since its inception, as it is able to convert digital signal to analog signal that can allow transmission through public switch telephone network or PSTNs or telephone lines and vice versa. Okay, so this table, in this table we can see the differences between the internet, intranet, and also extranet. So internet is a worldwide connection of network that involving governments, agencies, business, education bodies, and also individual. Okay, so it can access by public. So this internet is a huge network that provide information and communication facilities that include many others interconnected networks that using standardized communication protocol. So that is internet. So how about intranet? So intranet is a local or restricted communication network that use internet technology secured behind a company's firewall. This access to the internet, intranet, is controlled within a corporate group. So this access is private compared to the internet. And intranet provides web portals and tools that deliver this following function, like the share knowledge, publish information, promote efficient communication, provide critical application, provide common service and data, and can share files also. And last one is extranet. So this extranet is a proprietary network that provides only authorized users of an intranet access to network resources through a secured connection over the internet. So it provides links to data, service, and information with other network source of companies that collaborate together. So this is the access also private access. So that is differences between the internet, intranet, and also extranet. So next is cloud computing. Cloud computing is a computer network resource that provided over the internet for the purpose of storage and software services. So this cloud computing has grown to be a personal favorite for companies when it involves a network service, as they are always looking to minimize costs on IT facilities and introduce the mobility. So there are three infrastructure that provided through cloud computing. So the first one is infrastructure as a service, and next is software as a service, and last one is platform as a service. So we also have discuss about this cloud computing in our chapter 4 and chapter 5. So usually the service that offered by cloud computing providers are wide and varied. So like Microsoft Azure, so this is a one-stop application that covers all three cloud application, which is the IaaS, SaaS, and PaaS. So that's all for this chapter 6 about telecommunication and network. So it hopes that you for this chapter, after learn this chapter, you can define you can give definition about the and type of the computer networks, and then you know what is the component of the of a network, and you can different you know what is the differences between the internet, intranet, and extranet, and you know about the cloud technology application. Okay, so that's all for this chapter. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.